Captain Becker. Thank you again for your time. My name is Hilda Gilchrist. I'll be interviewing you here today. First of all, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I've been in the military for 16 years. I came into the service in the Army as an enlisted member in 2001, and I was in the Army National Guard for 13 years while I was going to school. I got my undergraduate degree in psychology, and then after that I was accepted into a combined program, a combined master's PhD program in Philadelphia. And so when I finished my on-site graduate training there, what happened is I direct commissioned and branch transferred from the Army to the Air Force, and came here to Lackland in the summer of 2014 to complete my residency, which was from 2014 to 2015.
Can you tell me a little bit about your personal philosophy in your program?
Sure. So our philosophy, and certainly my personal philosophy, is always patient-centered care. I think there's a lot of, especially in the military, a lot of other kind of logistical things, other responsibilities that come up, and so I think it's very easy to lose sight of that, and so always maintaining that it's patient first and patient-centered care. Is the philosophy that I and also the program try to maintain.
Would you mind telling me a little bit about your particular patient population?
Yep, so our patient population here in the mental health clinic is, right now, it's exclusively active duty military members. So there are other clinics on base that will see dependents or retirees, but in the mental health clinic, it's exclusively active duty members. We don't see couples. We don't do couples therapy or family therapy. That would be better suited for a different program. We do have groups though, so individual and group therapy. So our patients are, male and female between, I would say average ages between 18 and maybe about 45, because they're active duty, they tend to be all adults, but younger adults.
What other medical disciplines work within the behavioral health department?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it could be all of them. Like we work very closely with the sleep lab clinic, and so especially with an active duty military patient population, we have a lot of difficulties with PTSD, nightmares, insomnia. There's also comorbid with depression, anxiety. The people have issues with insomnia. So we work, I would say, the closest with the sleep lab clinic.
What are the Air Force productivity standards? How many hours do you work in a day?
Wow. So the clinic hours run from 7:30 a.m. to about 4:30 p.m. And so we can be seeing patients as early as 7:30, could be like at the beginning of your first appointment, or as late as 4:30 would be the ending of your last appointment, potentially. So you would want to arrive in the clinic with however much time you need to prepare for that 7:30 appointment, to be ready to kind of start then. Or, if you're seeing a lot of patients that day, you might be staying later to finish up paperwork and kind of the administrative documentation and medical records that go along with that. So we try to keep it to like a 50-hour work week, but that's not always possible, depending on how, like, the pace of the clinic, how many providers there are, and how busy it is.
Do you feel like you ever bring that back home?
Occasionally, and yeah, that's a really good question. And I think that's something that comes with experience. I know, when I was a first-year graduate student, seeing patients for the first time, with no experience at all, I would bring the patient concerns and their problems kind of home, and so. But now it's a lot better. I think it just comes with experience. You learn to kind of put that on the shelf and go home, because what that does when you kind of bring your patient's issues home with you is it has like a negative impact on the practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not taking care of my patients unless I'm being the best practitioner that I can be. So the best thing for them is to be able to kind of be able to separate it and let that go.
Yeah,
Come back to it the next day.
How much time do you think would be administrative and patient care?
Do you mean how much time total?
Like if you will weigh it out, how much do you think is admin and how much do you think is patient care?
Okay. So, in the clinic, full-time staff are expected to complete 25 hours of face-to-face patient care. So that would be about half. So in like a 50-hour, let's say, work week, 25 of those hours is treatment hours. And so, yeah, and the rest of it is like admin stuff, briefings, trainings, meetings, that type of thing.
What challenges do you think you have in your career?
What challenges in the career, in the field itself? Well, I think in mental health, the biggest challenge or hurdle that we kind of face is a stigma against people seeking mental health treatment. And that is certainly quite prevalent still in a military population. You know, like in an active duty military population, these folks are in the business of helping others, not in the business of needing help themselves. You know, so often I think it's difficult for people to say, you know, I maybe need some help or assistance, or maybe I can't do everything by myself, and also for, you know, kind of leadership and peers and leadership to say, you know, yeah, this is okay, this is appropriate, this is a medical appointment, and it should be treated as such. Like, we're not going to bring this person down or make fun of them, you know, or treat them like they have some kind of weakness because they're going to a mental health provision.
Can you tell me how the program is funded?
Yes. So because it's active duty military, the funding, it's federal funding that is allotted to, you know, the branch of the Air Force, and then the Air Force has their pot to pull from, you know, and they distribute, you know, to the different sections. So in the medical wing, right, then they determine, well, how much of our funding needs to be allotted to this clinic versus that clinic, and so.
Is your department evaluated? It is? And how is it evaluated?
Yeah, so, well, from a military kind of chain of command perspective, it's evaluated that way, but psychology itself, that is mandated by the American Psychological Association, which is our accrediting body. And so they have kind of their values and systems in place, and they come in, I think it's every 4 years, to do an evaluation of the clinic and how treatment is provided and how training is run. So I would say about every 4 years they need to get recertified.
So after the military, do you think that you would continue with this kind of program? Will you be looking for something like this? Or would you like to step into something new?
Yes, I'll definitely be doing something within the human services field, definitely within the field of psychology. So when I retire from the military, then I'll have that PhD to take with me. My plan, what I'd like to do, is get into a fellowship in forensic psychology and be able to retire into you know, another government position, doing investigative work at either like FBI profiling or working at the CIA or something like that. You know, is where they would take a psychologist, like a military retired psychologist.
Awesome. Well, that'll be all. Thank you very much again for your time.
You're welcome.
And effort on all this, and again, thank you again for your services.
You're welcome.
Thank you.